Imagine you were driving on a beautiful summer day. The roads are empty, and as you come to the top of the hill, you grab third gear and go into fourth gear. You release the clutch, the RPMs drop, and you are on the way. This, of course, is a manual transmission. Now, the manual transmission is as old as the car itself. Over time, more gear ratios were added. First there was just one forward gear and one reverse gear, and then it's evolved into 2 forward gears, then 3, then 4, then 5, then even 6, and now even 7 speed manual transmissions. But however, manual transmissions are starting to disappear. But they still should matter because there is still a small following for them. And also we're going to look at the future of the manual transmission. Now, why is the manual transmission starting to disappear? Well, first of all, modern automatics are getting better. In the old days, the automatic transmission would sap the power from the engine and dull the driving experience. And that way, the better choice would have been the manual transmission. Manual transmissions are getting better at performance. Road and Track says that they provide better quick shift times and better acceleration. Such the case with the 2015 Corvette Z06. With the manual transmission, the car will accelerate from 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds. However, when equipped with the optional automatic, the car will accelerate in 2.95 seconds, under 3 seconds with the automatic transmission. Also, automatics are better at providing fuel efficiency. Now, Consumer Reports still finds that some manuals do provide better fuel efficiency than the automatics. However, the recent trend is that automatics are overtaking manuals in providing better fuel efficiency. Another reason why manual transmissions are disappearing is the sale or take rate of the manual transmission is very small. Manual transmissions make up less than 10% of all new cars sold today. So, why should they still matter? CNN lists several reasons why the manual transmission still should matter. Number one, first of all, it is way more fun to drive and it is more involving than the automatic. When driving a manual transmission, you have better car control, such as when you were going down a snowy hill, you don't want to brake because you'll lock the car up and slide. But if you plop the car down in first or second gear, the engine will do all the braking for you and you won't have to worry about sliding. Also, a very fun aspect of a manual transmission is the heel-toe downshift. Now what this is you operate the clutch with your left foot while braking with the top of your right foot and blipping the throttle with the heel of the same right foot, and it provides for a very fun, quick downshift. Also, manual transmissions tend to make better drivers out of people because you constantly have to know what you're doing, and you have to constantly be aware of what gear you're in, when you need the upshift, downshift, and how not to stall the car. Now, what does the future of the manual transmission look like? The answer is very dim. A new generation of cars that previously appeared with manual transmissions now have dropped the manual transmission option and is now an automatic-only cars. Manual transmissions are being replaced with dual-clutch automatic transmissions. Some of these are the PDK as Porsches and the DSGs for Volkswagens. Now these are very long German words, so we just go by the abbreviation. However, recently there was an uptick in the market of the sales take rate of the manual transmission. However, it was still very small and still under 10% of all cars sold. But however, Road and Track sees a little glimmer of hope for the manual transmission. They compiled together a list of cars with that come in manual transmission only. Here are a few of the cars from the list. One of them is the Ford Focus ST. There's also the Ford Fiesta ST, the Dodge Viper, the Fiat 500 Abarth, the Chevy Camaro Z28, the Honda Civic Si, the Audi TT RS, the Shelby Mustang GT 500, and the last generation Corvette ZR1. These cars are all manual transmission only. Now, back to the future of the manual transmission. How do you make it last longer? Well, manufacturers can make it a cost option. Usually, the manual transmission is a no-cost option. It is your standard choice. The automatic is the cost option. But however, if manufacturers were to make the automatic the standard choice and the manual as the option, they could charge more for the manual transmission. And that way, the automaker would win because they were making money off the manual transmission, and the enthusiast would win because they have the choice of the manual transmission. So, in conclusion, manual transmissions have a historical relevance and played an important part of automotive history. However, they are quickly disappearing, but they still should matter because they are way more fun to drive than a traditional automatic. However, they are usually for the enthusiast driver and not the point A to point B driver. So, the manual transmission, while disappearing, should still matter, and let's hope that they'll last for a few more generations.